Hey you, sitting there, give me all your money. And while you're at it, some of that organic peanut butter.
Just because that face shield and that face mask are going to protect you from the coronavirus, don't mean it's going to protect you from a roundhouse kick to the face. With my Xero shoes, Daylite Hiker Fusions. So you better watch it.
Relax, relax, we're cool. I didn't realize those were the Daylite Hiker Fusions from Xero shoes. A chicken like me, I ain't got no beef with folk like you. I'm sorry.
That's what I thought, so beat it. Scram! Get out of here! I'm James of Be the PT, and this is my review of the Daylite Hiker Fusion from Xero shoes. This is a shoe I can do just about anything in. I would say this is the most versatile, minimalist shoe I own at my house, okay? Because that's where my shoes are right now, all right? So let's talk about what makes this shoe totally awesome. But first, full disclosure, Xero Shoes gave me this shoe. So let's talk about why this boot is so great. So this shoe is somewhat more protective than a lot of the other Xero shoes I own. In total, it has a stack height of about 11 millimeters. So it has this insole, oh, I already took it out. This insole here, which you can see has these nice little perforations and on the bottom, so it allows my foot to breathe nicely. It has 3 millimeters of what Xero Shoes calls their trail foam at the bottom of the shoe, which is kind of like a firm EVA, gives it a little bit of extra cushioning. And then it has this rubber here, which is sort of this hard, somewhat firm, protective, super grippy rubber. So this shoe is definitely more protective than a lot of the other Xero shoes that I own, like this Hana right here, all right? You can see this is a pretty thin, flexible shoe. Great casual wear. Wouldn't be something I want to climb up a mountain in. I know some people can do that kind of stuff, but my feet aren't that tough. So yeah, they look tough because they have hair on them, but they're really not. So I prefer something a little bit more protective, like this Daylite Hiker Fusion, all right? So I appreciate having this little bit of extra protection. I wouldn't say it's so thick that I really have no ground feel, but it's definitely protective enough with the trail foam and the rubber that I can go bombing over some pretty like gnarly rocks and it doesn't hurt my foot, which is nice if I want to do a long distance hike or a long distance trail run. This shoe is light enough that I can easily go running in it, and it's flexible enough that I can easily go running in, but it's protective enough that my feet aren't going to be killing me after a few miles. So super versatile. I could play basketball in this. I could play soccer in it, you know, with my kids in the backyard because I got like this nice grip here. I don't have to worry about slipping. I can do just about everything in it. And it's so versatile and comfortable that I really like it a lot. It is not waterproof, but I actually like shoes that aren't waterproof. Unless I'm dealing with like cold, damp, wet conditions, shoes that aren't waterproof often breathe a little bit better. So if I'm doing some like long distance hiking over a few days in the summer months, I want something that's going to breathe a little bit better. And although there's a lot of great shoes out there, like the Xero Shoes Excursion, which has a nice breathable membrane, it's not going to breathe as well as a boot that doesn't have the waterproof membrane. So, and this will dry faster. So, and it's slightly water resistant. So that's pretty awesome. This shoe is quite roomy and wide, so it allows my toes to splay, but I have a super fat foot, and in a lot of shoes I've owned, I've blown out this side portion right here. So if you can see in the video, hopefully the light is okay. So we got this nice mesh right here, which breathes kind of nicely. Then we have this polyurethane reinforcement right here. So what's great about that for me is my pinky toe often just blows out the sides of my shoes, and I've done that in a lot of my Ultras. That's not going to happen in this shoe because I've got this polyurethane, I think that's polyurethane, protection right there. So that's great, all right? These laces, okay, they call this the Fusion right here. Fusion, okay? Because it sounds futuristic. No, because these laces kind of come down here, so it'll help cinch your forefoot down. And so wherever these laces come down, there's also lacing underneath here. So it'll help like secure your foot. But me personally, I don't like a lot of like tightness in the front of my foot. So often what I'll do is I'll keep the front of the shoe loose and then I cinch down the back. All right, so that holds my ankle in place. And what's great is, if you can see right here, I made a little knot right there. So that holds the tongue in place, but I actually just tie a little knot right there, keep this kind of loose, and then I can cinch my ankle down. So that allows my forefoot to be nice and like flexible and move freely, but then I can lock my ankle down in place here. So I actually love shoes that have this little, I guess, like loop that holds the tongue in place. So that's really great. So I've got a nice padded collar upper, which is super comfortable. I feel nimble. They're light enough that I'm not feeling like bogged down like I would with most boots. And like I said, I can do just about anything in these. All right. Going back to the protection in the sole here, this was a smart design. So any of you guys who have done a fair amount of like running or hiking in minimalist shoes, you know that like the most vulnerable part of your foot is like your arch. So you can get like a jagged rock that will sort of jam up into your arch, and that can, how do we say, suck. Okay, that can suck when that happens. So having this little bit of extra protection right here is a nice feature, and that is not arch support here. So that's definitely not arch support. So it has a nice grippy sole. I really, unfortunately, because I've got so much snow on the ground, I really haven't been able to put this to work on some trails with some rocks, but I have put this to work on some wet stone tile, and it grips really nicely. So definitely like the rubber that they use. They have a lot of lugs, which means there's a lot of surface area to grip, but also these lugs are deep enough that they can dig in nicely. So this shoe is obviously pretty much all black, except for some navy blue right here. If I was a cop and I was out there kicking ass and taking names, this would be the boot I would get. Definitely. I think that about sums it up. So if you're looking for a shoe or a boot that you can do just about anything, you want to climb up a mountain, you want to play basketball with your kids, you want to go on a run, you name it. You want to just like get rid of a bunch of shoes in your closet and have a shoe that can do about everything, the Daylite Hiker Fusion is the shoe for you. So loving this shoe. Can't wait to see what other colors Xero Shoes comes out with, because I can promise you I'm going to be getting this shoe in other colors as well, which can match my hip physical therapist attire. Okay? All right. Thanks so much, Xero Shoes. Really appreciate what you guys are doing. And if you're thinking about getting one of these bad boys, think no more. Just do it. Unless you're going to buy Nikes. Don't do that. Buy Xero Shoes. Okay. Thanks for watching.